going on, famo? Podcast Agent Zero here. Today we're going to go ahead and react to the latest drop from the No Fugazi podcast. Shout out to David Cooley and the co-host right there, the brother right here. Very interesting podcast. A lot of people will complain that he takes a lot of talking points from Myron Gaines of Fresh and Fit. But, you know, what I respect about Cooley is, you know, he does quote him when he says certain ideas that Myron shares in the After Hours podcast, and he does have some original thoughts and analogies that he uses in his podcast that are, you know, pretty much eye-opening and insightful. So, you know, I respect what the brother's doing. At least he gives kudos to Fresh and Fit, and it's an interesting podcast on its own. So we're going to go ahead and, you know, review some of the podcasts here. Let's go ahead and get started.
What do you think a female bum is in a relationship? Why do men tend to excuse it more than women? Good question. Let's start with you, Danny. What do you think a female bum is in a relationship?
Female bum, I would say a lady who doesn't know how to cook, clean, take care of a house or a family of any sort, and doesn't work to help provide or anything of the sort.
Okay.
So I would say that's a female bum. Why men protect it or coddle to it?
The next question is, why do men tend to excuse it more than women do?
I don't know. It seems like that question is based off of why do men excuse if we're looking at it in an equal sense, why do men excuse a woman that's a bum in the male sense of what a bum is, like not working, not making money, and, you know, things like that, not educated. So, you know, I think that's where that question is coming from, since it's asked in a sense of why do we excuse it, not in a sense of what is a female bum. But we'll just go ahead and see. That's what it seems like. That's how it's coming off.
Like, men excuse women's bum behavior of not cooking and cleaning and being, you know, feminine and submissive. Why do they do that more than women?
Maybe I'm wrong here, but let's go ahead and see.
Excuse men's bum behavior.
Honestly, I'm not sure. For women, when it comes to a man being a bum, they're supposed to be a provider. So
Correct.
So
for women to be a bum, I'm not sure why it should be excused on their part. I feel like it should be 50-50 of that.
I think you could answer that question, though. Because you just said why women, you know, how women will look at a guy's bum because he's supposed to be a provider. So it's the total opposite then.
Yeah, 100%. Like, they're supposed to take care of the house, take care of the family.
So you just answered your question. That question.
Okay.
Got it? You got it? Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay.
Break it down, Soren, how it makes sense.
Because men, we naturally want to take care of you. We naturally want to pay for everything. We find joy in that. Seeing our woman happy, buying her things, you know, providing for her. It just makes us feel more like a man. Makes us feel like a leader. You know what I'm saying? So when we see a woman that we like and she's quote unquote a bum, she doesn't have a job or she doesn't make a lot of money, we don't care because we don't look for women to pay for anything for us or to be a provider. We just look for them to nurture, you know, support, cook, clean, etc., etc., etc. So that's why we don't care if you work at McDonald's, because that's not what we got with you for. We didn't get with you for the money.
Yeah.
What about you?
Tired of overpaying for rent?
Hey, my bad for the ad, guys. So yeah, I know this a little ghetto the way we run it right here, but I'm working with what I got right now. I'm investing in other things, but, you know, this thing get bigger, you know, it's gonna get bigger and better when it comes to production. But let's go ahead and continue.
I believe that, like, you know, Danny said, a female bum is somebody that, you know, obviously, you know, taking care of, like, kids in a house is a hard job, but the term trophy wife didn't come from just nowhere. So that's what most women are used to, are being able to not, you know, provide anything. That's why they are excused, because, like you said, they don't look for the money. They don't look for any of that. So what other like thing do they look for other than somebody that makes them look good? And that's not for all men, but it's for some in a specific, group. But I feel like women don't excuse it because, like you said, men are traditionally supposed to be the provider. So if they're not getting,
I think it goes deeper than that. I think let's see what David Cooley's gonna say. I have a feeling. I'm just gonna guess here. I have a feeling he's gonna say what I'm about to say. But it comes down to two major things. One is a lot of men don't know any better. They don't have a lot of experience or really understand women. So therefore it leads to not having options. I think that's the main thing, not having options. So since men don't have nearly as much options as the average woman, a lot of men will take what they can get. So therefore they don't have as much standards of having a woman around that, bring certain things to the table. As long as they have something there, a piece of pussy there, they're good. They'll take care of her. Whereas when it comes to women, since they have so many options, they're more picky of what kind of man that they will be in relations with. So they can demand that man provides for them. That's part of my answer right there. But let's go ahead and move forward.
that, then they don't want it.
Okay. Yeah, we know that. But we want to know why do men excuse it and women don't?
Like, why men don't care if a woman is a bum or she doesn't work or doesn't have any
Because
money?
they're not looking for that.
No. But we agreed that let's just go with her answer because it was perfect. She said that a woman that isn't feminine, that isn't cooking and cleaning, that isn't doing her nurturing duties, right? So if the woman isn't doing that, which we know a lot of women don't do that, and men still accept it, meaning that men are more likely to excuse a woman's inadequacies of being a real woman. But women don't excuse a man's inadequacies on being a real man because they break up with them. They initiate between 75 to 80% of the divorces. You know what I'm saying? So why do you think that is? Like, why do you think that men are the true romantics and women just,
Women are looking for the highest quality man.
They're looking for they're hypergamous. Mm-hmm. All right, got it. What about you?
Repeat the question.
Question is, ladies, what do you think? Okay, so the woman's duties is to, I'll just give you the answer because she already said it, and you wasn't here for it anyway. And since she gave her answer, all the other girls, they agree with it because it was the right answer. But so a woman's duties in a relationship was, it's nurturing, being submissive, cooking, cleaning, stuff like that. Those are her duties. The man's duties is protecting and providing, right? Why do men excuse women for not doing their duties, but women don't really tend to excuse men when they're not doing their duties? Why do you think that is?
And when you mean a man duty, you mean by bringing money and protecting,
providing. That's his duties in a relationship, but the woman's duties is nurturing and being submissive and following her man's lead. The men in general, you can agree that, most women aren't really even submissive, but men still excuse their lack of femininity and their lack of this, and they still accept those women. But when a man is broke and a bum and can't really protect and provide, women tend not to excuse that. Why do you think that is?
Because I don't think men are looking for a provider.
Yeah, we're not. But okay, so I'll just say it again this way then. Men tend to excuse women's inadequacies.
Because I think they can buy it. Like you can get a house cleaner, you can get a cooker, you can get.
Okay. So vice versa, the woman can get, a protector. The woman does have a protector. She can call the cops when something happens.
Really?
I
don't think a cop can
she can get a side dude if she'll get a sugar daddy to provide for the
Even if you can get a side dude or simp, you can never know. They can always turn their back on you.
Okay, so you're saying that the reason why the woman's job is replaceable, so that's why the men accept it.
Yeah. Because, I feel like...
really replace... I mean,
Like
everyone's positioned to an extent. I see if you're looking at it just from a material standpoint.
Right.
You could say, yeah, I could hire someone to do that and that, but everyone still looks for, a connection.
Right,
So,
but I don't think women are bums about connections.
say that again.
I think a woman can be a bum by not doing the things a woman should do in a house. I don't think she can be a bum by providing love and emotions and care. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well,
The first part made sense.
the first part.
This shit came out of nowhere, but let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on.
Sense.
But like what I'm saying on the other part is that
Gotcha.
that's why woman. Wait, I got lost. What was?
I got you. No worries. So just to make it very plain and simple, right? Everybody knows that men excuse women for their inadequacies. Guys are in relationships and you see him in Walmart and that chick is smacking him in the head and he's still with her, right? But women don't excuse men for their inadequacies. If he is broke and can't pay the bills, she got one foot out the door and looking for another option, right?
Yeah.
So why do you think that is?
Money?
Money. Okay, fair enough. All right, got it. What about?
That's funny. She still didn't answer the question about why men still excuse, female bums, the women that don't, play their role. There's just many other factors with that too. The other factor is that men deep in their psychology look at the woman as the prize, in a sense that they don't have purpose in life. So therefore, once they get that piece of pussy beside them on their side, they get comfortable. That's the issue right there. They get comfortable with, unpleasurable situations, situations that don't favor them, situations that don't favor their peace of mind. That's very telling right there. That's very telling about where the state of mind of where that man is. So in general, that shows you that most men aren't driven by purpose, honestly. If they're willing to settle for a female bum, they are not driven by purpose. That's very obvious to see. So let's continue.
About you, Kaylee.
So everyone complains that the tech market.
Oh, what was the question again?
Oh,
This was a long question, though.
I'm sorry, it's a
maybe
long
this
question.
question is a little too high IQ for certain people on the panel. It's okay.
No, I'm tired. Sorry.
I'll go
It is
ahead
10
and
o'clock
answer
at
the
night.
question. Yeah.
Yeah, brother, please go ahead and answer the question. They're not very present in the conversation, but that goes to, in general, men are more abstract thinkers and women are visual thinkers, and it comes out with the way we communicate. A lot of times women communicate, especially with each other or to men, which they don't understand that it's not favorable for men to have this type of conversation, but it's just about, exchanging energy and emotional connection. And a lot of times they don't get to a point. So sometimes they converse just to converse, and that's just their style. Whereas with men, we entertain these ideas and, use analogies and tap into abstract thinking. And so a lot of times women tap out when we have conversations like this. They tap out mentally. They're not there. And that's just comes down to our styles of communication in general between the two genders.
And let's get to the next one. Holiday Tone, good question though, bro. She kind of answered it, and you gave an answer too.
I tried.
She already said it.
Why do we need to?
Like you answered it already.
Yeah.
Who answered it already?
You.
The reason why, see, this is very telling too. The reason why is like, she already said it. She answered it already. But see, it goes also, again, women in general are creatures of the hive mind, whereas men, there could be a baseline answer, but we have very unique perspectives of the same topic, just like the way I'm breaking down what I see right now, with the understanding of the natures between the genders in many different facets. The way I'm breaking it down right now is very different from how Cooley breaks it down. But then the way he breaks it down a lot of times is very different from how Myron breaks it down. But the way Myron breaks it down is very different from how the Satanist Center breaks it down. and so on and so on. Steph is cold, so on and so on. And so therefore, that just shows that a lot of times, women don't go into that abstract thinking and break things down in a logical manner and break it down into a fraction, into a quotient, in a unique perspective, individualistically. So that's a very interesting perspective that men can really understand about women right there, and don't get too upset about the way they communicate. That's just the way they communicate. That's just the way their mind works when it comes to processing information.
Everybody.
Yeah, over there. That's what I was saying.
Everybody
Well, no,
did,
me and her went back and forth and pretty much gave the reasoning
He
to
was
it, but I
trying to
wanted to
get me to
engage with
say it.
y'all and get y'all reasoning, but it's okay. We get to the next. We got so many super chats in here. It's crazy. Let's go with. Oh, dang. Holiday Tone in a regular chat, too, now. All right. We got James Miller sends in $2. Is lip piercings Israeli? Okay. Who got a lip piercing?
I do.
Christina.
We.
Are you?
Cooley, I know you've seen that, brother. It's way out there. You know who got the lip piercing, brother. You don't see that? This shit looks crazy. Honestly.
No, you're not.
We.
Oh,
I was about to say
y'all both
neither.
do?
Yeah, we both do.
Oh shit! I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, she.
I was about to say they're probably more
probably talking
directly
about you.
talking about
You're not
Christina.
Israeli, are you? What did you say you were?
Moldovan.
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 Moldovan, okay. Okay, she's Moldovan, bro.
Moldovan.
Holiday Tone says in $5. Ladies, give me one effective way for men to change bad behavior in their partner. Ease point to who you think has the highest body count on the couch. Oh,
What the hell?
damn.
I don't understand.
I don't think I'm interested. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see one of their answers, and based on that, we're just gonna go ahead and continue.
2 and 1.
Wait,
okay.
no, can you repeat that one more
Yeah,
time?
it's a
No,
two-pronged
run it back.
question.
Yo,
Start with the first
I'll
one,
just
because
start
I'm
with the first one.
confused.
Let's start
confused.
with you, Gigi.
Wait, repeat it.
I will.
I'm really
I'm trying to get a
confused.
drink spill on my face.
Oh my god.
Okay,
You confiscated them. We can't do that.
Gigi. So the question is, ladies, give me one effective way for men to change bad behavior. Give me
Come on.
one effective way for men to change bad behavior. Okay, yeah.
So
give
yeah,
me one.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I would say like a good, firm, assertive, comment.
Good assertive comment. So that's
Real
the way that a
assertive.
man can change bad behavior in his partner.
Assertiveness.
Assertiveness. Okay.
Can you give us an example? Like, hey, Gigi, stop wearing them shits. You look like
Yeah. Maybe like a good
you wear
little.
that shit again, and
That's more
I like-
dominance. That's more
Yeah,
dominance.
I would
Okay.
say like a good dominant, maybe a little choke. Not like crazy.
Don't see. No, man. See, that's why we don't take advice from ladies. She's thinking about it in a certain context in her head, and she's not communicating it well. Maybe a certain choke. When? Where? How? Why? Why? When you're doing something wrong, you want us to choke you? Maybe you got a dark past that we need to be aware of right here. Maybe you process love different. I mean, you can kind of see it with the way she's communicating, kind of match how she presents herself right here. A lot of times when women have these tattoos, especially where they're placed right here, there is a lot of trauma there. A lot of the times, So, yeah, that was kind of crazy, ma'am. That was crazy.
Nothing crazy though. Like not like bitch, I'm gonna kill you, but like maybe like a
on some like
like a
that. Just
like I don't know. If it's like real bad, like if they're not listening, I don't know. I need to stop. I need to go.
I know you don't. Just like
excellent.
because like as much as females like to say, "Oh, I don't want a man that puts their
They
hands
like
on me,"
it,
at the end of the
though,
day,
like-
if your man comes home and he grips you up by your neck and says, "I don't want you doing this, that, and the third," panties wet. Shut up.
Right.
Okay. What about you? So what's one effective way for men to change bad behavior in their women?
Can I show you something that a lot of people
No, my bad for these ads, brothers and sisters. My bad for that shit, but let's continue.
Match what Gigi said without the choking part.
Okay.
Sorry.
What about you?
Couples therapy.
Couples therapy. What about you?
I think having a conversation.
Having a conversation. Look at her.
couples therapy is not. That's not gonna do it, man. Yeah, there's a certain respect that has to be had for the woman, or that the woman has to have for a man for him to be able to actually influence her actions. When it comes to him confronting certain habits that he's not pleased with, going to couples therapy kind of shows lack of leadership right there. If anything, that man needs to go through therapy from another strong man. Couples therapy, I don't all the way necessarily believe in it. I'm not saying that it's never valid at all. I'm just saying in general, when it comes to certain situations, there's just certain behavioral traits that needs to be changed from the man's end. That's it.
Yeah, just a conversation. That'll change some bad behavior when she's doing these promiscuous activities.
Yeah.
I think so.
100%.
Okay, fair.
If she respect him enough, but how would she respect him? He has to be a dominant man for her to respect him in the first place. So how does that conversation even come about without establishing the respect? How do you establish the respect as the man? How?
No, what about you?
I agree that if there's a mutual level of respect in the relationship, a conversation should be enough to get that point across.
So what
If
if it's
not,
not?
then that bitch don't respect
I'll
you
tell
like
you.
whatsoever.
Then
She
that
don't
should be your
care.
answer.
Chat.
Yeah.
Here's the answer. One way to change a woman's bad behavior in a relationship is to leave her, bro. Value yourself more. She's not worthy, right? She isn't worthy. She would leave you if, an intruder broke in and, you didn't go ahead and handle that knock at the door. Well, then she would actually leave you if you hesitated on going downstairs to handle that knock out the door. Oh, wait, nigga, you was scared? I'm going to Tyrone's house tomorrow. Yeah, bro. She ain't playing no games. So if she don't want to do her duties and she has bad behavior, she's for the streets. You leave, bro. There's no negotiating with terrorists.
It depends on the bad behavior too.
Right.
Like, what is it that she's doing?
Right.
Is it an
Cheating?
attitude?
Bad behavior is bad behavior, period. It depends on the bad behavior. No, it's, again, that's that gray shit, the Lulu landscape shit she talking about. It depends on the bad behavior. No. A man's life, a purposeful man that has values and values himself and see things clearly and have a clear path to what he wants to accomplish. It's either this or that. Bad behavior is bad behavior. It's in my fucking way. I don't have time to go in that gray area with you, ma'am. I don't have time for that shit. So no, it don't depend on the bad behavior. Bad behavior is bad behavior.
At restaurants, or is it she talking
To that restaurant.
something like that? Or
I
is
was
it-
thinking of like more, like bad behavior. But yeah, if it's something like a little attitude at a restaurant,
Yeah, that's not like
she still need to get in line.
leave where
Obviously, you
they
can
should be a
check her if that's
conversation.
the case. But if say
Right.
she's, being, unfaithful and doing.
That's what I thought we were talking
Yeah,
about.
like you said,
ladies.
leave.
No, how you check it is, I don't tolerate that behavior. If you do that again, it's done.
Done.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
you
you're
still-
right.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah, you're
check.
absolutely
Yeah.
right.
That's a conversation. That's
yeah,
a good
you
check.
have to assert your
That's a quick
boundaries, and if they don't
conversation.
respect that, then
Right.
they gotta go.
Right. It's
Fair
still
enough.
still
Fair
combo
enough.
though.
So y'all agree. So
Right.
why y'all single? Y'all niggas haven't been checking y'all then, huh?
No, and that's the issue.
Okay, they haven't been checking
No,
y'all.
not even like I don't even need to be checked, but like sometimes I'll be talking to a guy.
Yes, you do. Stop it. Yes, you do. Look at the way you're presenting yourself. You definitely do. You ain't been checked. You ain't been checked in your childhood. Look how you present yourself. It's obvious you ain't been checked. Obvious. Every woman needs to be checked. And even men, especially when they're, in the, what do you call it? The rites of passage. On our rites of passage, we must be checked. So everybody needs to be checked, especially a woman.
And like I don't feel any type of like leadership or like strong suit coming from them. Things feel a little too like
Soft.
simmered down and soft. So that's why I'll like stage a little quick argument, see what happens. Like
Oh, you
See if you
toxic.
really
no,
like
no,
that.
no, no, no,
Fake
but
argument
really
like,
but you have
why Why
to
you
see.
leave the hot water knob on?
No, like you just have to see like sometimes their dominant side. Like if they don't have one, it's like, ugh.
Fellas, that's called the shit test. The women do that often.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, like
able to
sometimes
tell
like
right
if
away.
I'm not even mad at you, but I just want to see how you're gonna react and handle it. Because if you don't handle it well, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's not gonna work out.
It's called the shit test.
Okay, fair enough. Shades is on. We're going to go ahead and shut down a Facebook stream. Everyone on Facebook, come on over to YouTube. That's No Fugazi Podcast on Facebook. Come on over to YouTube now. Let's go.
Boy, it's getting
Let's
spicy.
see. Go ahead and shut this down real quick.
We started sending 10,000
All right, these ads going insane, but I went ahead and skipped forward in the video a little bit, so let's go.
One sends him $5. No, actually, we got Holiday Tone sends him $2. He says, ladies, name one benefit a man gets in the friend zone. Give me one.
We get a lot of this in these conversations on this channel. So I'm not gonna do this topic too much more. It seems that we covered this about once or twice on this channel. I'm not trying to go overboard with this, but we're gonna go ahead and go through this in this video, this reaction. So let's see what's going on.
Benefit.
Good question.
A man gets in a friend zone. Let's start with you.
Yeah, Tiny.
You got guys in a friend zone.
Of course he does.
A homie.
Say that again?
What's the benefit he get?
I mean, if you are, because here we go with this. Oh, every man that you're friends with want to sleep with you.
They do.
In the case,
You don't believe that?
But the very few,
The majority.
The majority. There are men that honestly couldn't give a fuck about sleeping with you. They're just your friend.
But that doesn't mean they wouldn't sleep with you.
Yeah. That doesn't mean
I'm not even gonna lie. From personal experience, I have male friends that I've told them everything. They are disgusted and think I'm a fucking horrible person. So I doubt it. I doubt it. They think I'm terrible.
Yeah, I don't think you.
Oh no, they
Shiny,
told
listen,
me
I don't
outright.
think you understand a male's nature.
Exactly.
Men,
That part, yeah, I don't think you understand. I think I'd be like, when women say, I mean, we be horny too. I'm like, I know, but it's not. It's a different type, man. It's different. It's like women do be very horny, but it's toward a particular man or type of men. Whereas with men, it can just be damn near any bitch. So therefore, if we go outside and see women, it's active. And it's active, we can just be turned on at any point in time with damn near a whole bunch of women. Whereas with women, you can be horny, but it's like, I don't see anyone capable. I don't see anyone that I'll give this pussy to. Maybe one or two men throughout the day if you're outside. You get what I'm saying? It's very different. Very fucking different. There is, I think some of y'all might have heard of Just Pearly Things. On a podcast, they had a woman, she had some condition going on. I can't remember exactly what condition she had. And they put her on, testosterone therapy for like a week or something like that. And she said she noticed a huge difference in her sex drive. And she was like, wow, now I see what men are talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like a woman's average like testosterone levels, I think, can be like, 2 digits, the 2-digit area, 35, 50, 65, maybe 100. But a man, a low area for a man is 300. Think about that. A healthy man is like 600, 700. That's more than 10 times the woman's. You feel me? So what does that say about the sex drive of a man? I don't think women understand it. I don't even think women understand how much is in our minds. Minute to minute, moment to moment, to where it's very important for us to get a handle of our sex drive, to use it and transmute it into our purpose in life. You heard me.
are capable of having sex with someone that we hate. We don't need to like you. We can hate your guts and still clap your cheeks.
It's
You're
like,
not that. Listen, you listen, ladies. Listen.
Don't care.
Listen, ladies.
They put a brown bag.
I'll say that is equivalent to a woman. A man's sex drive is like a woman's drive to get attention. I'll say it's the same with women getting their ego boosted by getting attention from low value males. I think that's the equivalent. The way a lot of women enjoy getting low value attention is similar to how men will have sex with women that they hate. Message.
Back over your head.
Yeah, absolutely.
time out.
I
I need
agree.
y'all to-
But
no, no,
Chris Brown
everybody
made it
hush,
sound
hush,
better
hush,
with the
hush.
lights
That's
off. Majority.
Hush,
Like there
hush,
are a slim
hush,
few that
hush.
slim,
Tiny?
and I'm keeping
Yeah,
it
hush.
slim.
And that's not ain't in your
Yeah,
friend zone.
quiet,
Yeah.
simmer down. Need this to sink
All
into
right, I'm
everyone
sorry,
here because most
Cooley.
ladies don't get it.
Sorry.
Y'all still talking while I'm
I
speaking.
apologize, Cooley.
It's fine, but listen, let it sink in and don't let it go in one ear and out the other.
Right.
Y'all not that special. We can have sex with you and not give 2 cents about you. You get what I'm saying? We're capable of.
She actually said that went over my head. No, hear me clearly. And that's the thing, women talking about communication. I want you to communicate, but part of communication is listening and absorb what's being said. You're not, though. You're in defense mode. You don't even care to understand what's being said, especially when it comes from a man's perspective. But we're talking about communication here. And then I want to touch on this. A lot of times women say men don't want to open up, but in their perception, what they're thinking what opening up is the way they open up. But this is our form of opening up, being honest, being true with our experience, not always emotional, just saying it for what it is. Right now, ladies, what Cooley is doing right now is literally opening up. But you see their response from the get-go is one ear out the other. Oh, that's going over my head. Or they're not absorbing the experience shared by the man. You heard me. So let's continue.
Doing and act like that.
We do it all the time.
Niggas do it, right? With that being said, capable, that doesn't mean that the guy would do it, right? Or he is operating from that standpoint, but he's still capable of doing and act like that. With that being said, just answer the question.
Nada.
So there's no benefit
Nothing.
a guy can gain from being in a friend zone, in your friend zone at least.
I mean, realistically, no, other than some hurrah moral support. Like, that's it.
Hurrah.
At least she's honest. I respect that. At least she's honest.
Moral support. Okay. Fair.
That's
Actually,
literally
that was
it.
kind of
Honestly, realistically,
So the
like,
benefit a guy gets
Moral
from
support.
being...
unless you want a fan, there's nothing really you could
get. Moral support from his mom.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
But
What about you, Danny?
That's it.
What's it?
I would say like maybe emotional support, like an emotional safety spot, because you can come and rant.
Man, look, bruh. Oh, boy, that's delusional. I'm going to be honest. Especially if it's a masculine man, like an emotional safety spot. That's what women want. To be honest, when I go through shit, I don't need an emotional safety spot. Maybe sometimes people hear me out. Maybe sometimes to actually, hear me out based on my needs and see if someone can come through because I'm looking for solutions. I don't need an emotional safety spot, man. My emotional safety spot is the fucking gym, creativity, looking for answers, getting them moving, seeking solutions. That's my emotional safety spot. I don't need too much coddling and shit. Actually, that shit gets annoying sometimes. Now, if a woman is actually doing some nurturing things like rubbing my head and rubbing my shoulders, scratching my back, scratching my scalp, that may be different. Some actual nurturing. I don't need that emotional safety spot from a woman at that. No, bruh. No.
To me and tell me everything that you won't feel comfortable telling your homies or your parents or anything of that sort.
You know what I think about
Or if
that?
you want a girl perspective.
You know what I think about that?
Go.
Hey, what you think about that, my nigga? What you thinking about that? Shit. Let's go.
That's what I think about that. Next.
Yeah.
My nigga. Exactly. That's a far in the motherfucking wind, dog. The Lulu landscape. And, it's interesting when women speak on